Hi, my name's Naishad, some guys know me as Shub on Spurs Video Podcast. Apologies for the lateness of the follow-up to Swansea. It's been a quite busy last 2-3 days. First of all, obviously it's great. It's nice to get that league victory and put us level on points with Arsenal. So if we could turn back time and be only 10 points ahead of Arsenal, that'd be even better. I think football is very cyclical, Arsenal had an amazing run of victories. It was 7 on the straight on the trot and had a fair bit of luck. Scoring some last minute winners against Newcastle and Liverpool. That's 4 points, extra 4 points out of nowhere. I don't think they deserved, and obviously I'd say that, but when you get that kind of rub of the grain, you got to milk it for all it's worth. When we played, that first 10-15 minutes, they were doing really well, passing the ball. They're playing their triangles, really causing us problems. I think Gary Neville was talking about it on Sky Sports, how Everton showed that if you can get at them, deny them time and space. A lot of clubs aren't doing that. You get at them, deny them, play a very high pressing game. It makes it very difficult for them to pass. What was what they do, because they don't have the time, they make more mistakes. So you saw them, they actually went along quite a few times, which they never normally do. I remember Lee Dixon saying about how they never go along, they keep faith system. This time they were forced to instinctively, they went long. So, it's a work in progress, and it's been a long season. 30 games in now? They've had, we're in March, it was April. And it's going to be difficult for them to, maintain that kind of level of playing, for any team. Obviously, not having Caulker didn't help, especially with their last 2 goals. It was very rare that we could score from a corner, and then we seem to have like 2 in a week, like buses. Some things that points to improve on. I think Luca needs to improve out of his little, in his game of I Spy with my right little eye or something, because a couple of times there are some passes that he just didn't take. We've been going that for someone as good as Luca, he needs to add more goals to his game. And I love Luca. I think he's kind of like the Greg Jackson. For those who don't know, look it up on MMA. When he's there, everything seems to work better. His ability to move the ball, keep that ball continuing that perpetual motion, which doesn't exist really, because I guess it's the third law of thermodynamics. But we seem to have that. We seem to move the ball faster, and continually, the more and more you pass it, the more we pass it, the faster we get, the more we pass it. It's just, he's at the heart of all that. For me personally, that's something, I think, we encourage him to take a shot. We'll see Josh, he should go against Liverpool. And, I don't know, I think, give him some shooting practice and training, or just develop that. I think that combination of he's got that pass, he can see that pass, that slide rule pass, because it's, great pass for that Bale cross, excellent, finding that space. But it's that when the players are, let's say, absolutely at your peripheral, that's that kind of pass. The pass that, say, a car would do, for sure, I think. That's the pass he needs to develop. Walker, again, ghosting into the box, he needs to improve that. He obviously ghosts in, he's got the energy, so therefore he's hard for anyone to pick up, because you're not going to, maybe you will expect him if you start scoring them, but he is hard to pick up because he times it. Actually, he just needs to improve his heading of the ball. Lennon was great to have him back. He added that balance, and as soon as he was on there, Bale made a mistake of coming inside, but as soon as he came on, they were stretched, because we weren't always looking for Bale. The one thing Lennon doesn't do, I think he needs to a lot more, is demand the ball. You see he was disappointing, but I'm not saying he was aloof, but he didn't demand the ball the way a player should. He said, "Give me the ball, I can make the difference." Be competitive, but like Jermaine Defoe was with that Gareth Bale, them arguing at that Bolton thing. You should have passed me, no, I shouldn't have passed, that kind of thing. But that, I want the ball, give me the ball, I can do something special with it. Talks to the man of the match, everyone gave it to Bale. I think it's a tough one really, because I thought for me Parker was the man of the match for me. The way he consistently, not only did he break up play consistently in terms of the volume, and I know Major Hunt will disagree, but I think Parker's ability to constantly harry and hassle it'd be great if we had one midfielder that can do that and pass the ball, spread it out like no one's business. You just, there aren't many players that do that. It's a sad state of affairs, really. But to have one player that does all that, I can't think of anyone that does all that. Maybe Makalele back in the day, but that kind of harrying and energy and constantly breaking up play, as well as being incredibly on the ball, that's something that's very rare. But I think he needs to improve. I think there's he's obviously a skillful player. He's known for his ability off the ball, but I think he needs a bit more. I don't know. I must say confidence. Just needs to rub the green when things do pull off, like the pass pulls off or the shot pulls off, and then he's a bit more of a threat. I think. Bale came back to doing what he did best. Van der Vaart again does what he does best. And I think all in all, I mean, Friedel had a superb game, and people were going for a couple of crosses, but his reflexes for a guy of 41 to have that timing and reflexes. I mean, dude. My shout out of the week with this podcast will go to my friend Jeremy McConnell. He was at the game, and he was speaking about Addy. Does he want to stay? I will do a bit more on that. If people want me, I'll do a bit more of my thoughts on that. I think we should keep Addy. I think personally, he's a player that obviously he's proven the Premiership. He's proven with us. Some players have been proven the Premiership with other clubs. When they switch clubs, it all falls apart. It's obviously working, and people say, "Oh, he hasn't got as many goals." He's probably highest in assists, and people forget that. I think the assists are wrong. I think in hockey they have like the last couple of you've got key assists, and you've also got the actual this actually led to that move. His front touch. I mean, there was a moment by Van der Vaart that he took out two players with a beautiful pass. And I remember seeing, but if you ever watch that Berbatov game against Arsenal in that Carling Cup semi-final, look how some of the passes he does and how it sets up attacks. That for me is the key assist. The final ball and the cross, but that having the ability and the strength and the vision to see that pass, to make that pass, that gives you that gets them on the break. That for me is what gives the key assist. Going forward, obviously we're going to be playing Sunderland. People are thinking about rotation. I'll put my thoughts on that on the next video. But I'm really happy. I mean, I think we played professionally. I think we played really well. I mean, Sigurdsson. I mean, that volley. I mean, people think he mishit that. No, he knew where he was hitting that, because you hit it down, bounce, it goes over. The goalkeeper can do nothing about it. That has a real intelligence of a shot. And for a while they did threaten. I think more importantly they adapted, and we were finding it very difficult until we got Lennon on. He added that width. Van der Vaart was able to go into the hole, And there was one thing as well. I mean, Jay Livermore. One thing I liked about that, he lost the ball years ago. Very few Spurs players would have had if they had the energy, they wouldn't have the desire to get the ball back. Maybe because he's young, maybe he's just a Spurs fan, but there's something about that. I still think he sees a huge work in progress, but for this is his first season. He's 21, so playing in the Premiership. I mean, Pat never did that thing. You have to play these 100 competitive games by the time you're 23 or something, because you need to have that level of competition or something. And I still say that. I wouldn't say it's 100, but there's a certain amount, and he's got it. I'm hoping that we can still keep him, because hopefully if he develops, hopefully we won't even need Rodwell. It's a great performance. My mate Gareth, he did some really good stats, player ratings. Gareth's always very, very fair, and I agree with all of them. So I'll see things slightly differently, but if you look at those stats on spursforum.co.uk or PM me, and I'll send you the link for it. And as always, check out Spurs Odyssey. Some really great guys on there. And Spurs Odyssey is one of those sites that my forum's great, Spurs forum, but the problem is it can get a bit quiet at times. Spurs Odyssey is always an incredible volume. It's such a massive forum. So yeah, definitely use that. And obviously Jim Dugan's work at Hotspurs. Anyway, I hope you enjoy the results, and as always, come win you Spurs.